Hey, welcome to the Social 333 podcast. My name is Chris Bentley. I'm your host, and today I have Stephen Blackburn and Stephen Johnson.
What's up, y'all?
What's going on?
So let's talk a little bit about just what you guys got going on and your company.
Yeah, man. So the name of our company is Rich From Anywhere. We are a marketing mentorship company. Our main focus is helping entrepreneurs to grow via Facebook and Instagram ads. We got into this game kind of interesting. We started out as music artists. I don't know if you could tell. If we were downstairs earlier, and the guy was like, "Y'all look like y'all about to rob a bank." I was like, "Yo, what? Come on,
Like
man."
that's the vibe we give off.
I know. But yeah, we started off as music artists, and you know how the whole independent music artist wave goes. You move to Atlanta, you do all these different things, and then you end up being a broke artist, like trying to do it. We were dope though, by the way. We did some songwriting for some Grammy Award winners, did some cool stuff, but we just weren't making any money. So we decided to pivot to online marketing, and we created our own e-commerce brand, built a Shopify store. And initially when we did that, you know, there's a learning curve process involved with it, and we were struggling like bad, running ads the wrong way, doing all of the wrong things. Then we hired this coach who trained us how to do it the right way. And from there, within 7 months, we did about $209,000 in revenue, and the whole game changed for us because at that point, we learned the right way on how to market effectively. Plus, we had a little bit of marketing chops from the music industry as well. So fast forward a little bit, we start coaching others on how to do the same thing. Started our ad agency, did a little okay with that, but realized like in order to truly pour in to people and get them the best results, we decided to more hand-to-hand combat, actually coach them on how to do it themselves.
Yeah, and to give some context, when we were first getting started, we were super broke, by the way. It was like we made broke people feel good about themselves. Like it was ridiculous. And then so we went and we spent $5,000 in Facebook ads, just kind of watching YouTube videos. And then we made literally zero sales. So we were like, okay, I'm not going to do that again. And so that's when we went and hired the coach. And I'll never forget this because the coach came in and he was like, oh, well, no wonder you guys aren't making any money. You're doing everything wrong, right? It's like you're doing the targeting wrong. You're doing your creative wrong, everything. He said, do it like this. We launched it the way that he told us to do it. And we made a sale within 7 hours of that ad launching.
Wow.
So, and by the way, it was 3 months and $5,000, no sales. And then within 7 hours, we made our first sale. So what I learned from that was when it comes to Facebook ads, success has nothing to do with time, and it has everything to do with your strategy, right? You can literally be running ads for 5 years straight, get no results. And if you switch your strategy, you can get results immediately. Even if you've never ran ads in your entire life, if you have the right strategy, you can get results immediately. And a lot of our clients and students do the first week, you know? So that was a big learning curve or a big learning moment that we had that I want, you know, the audience to take from too.
Yeah, that's something that's really interesting because when Facebook targeting was like before where it is today, I can go super, you know, down, dig real deep.
Yes.
Now it's not really the same. And then with real estate, they have, you know, different laws that they don't want you to affect and stuff like that.
Yep.
And I know as an entrepreneur, I'm sure a lot of, you know, we speak to entrepreneurs, small business owners, like they're like, okay, cool. Like I'm going to get my YouTube channel up. I'm going to search how to, you know, do a Facebook post.
Yeah.
And then I'm going to run it. And then I'm going to spend $5 a day. And like, I'm going to get like 500 people in my funnel. And like, I'm going to be a billionaire, right?
Kill it.
That's just like, that's how it is.
Yeah.
And you just like that, because I've thought the same thing, you know, and then I spend $5 a day and I'm like, crickets.
You're like, okay, when
or I get like, you know, John Doe at 999,999, you know, and I'm like, who is this person? Like, you know, are they really serious? So talk to me about like your program. Like, how is it differentiate from somebody that wants to just, you know, do what I was just doing? Like, okay, like I'm going to go on Instagram. I'm going to, you know, do a selfie video about how you should get on my podcast, and then I'm going to run $5 to it every single day.
Right.
And then nobody is going to be like, I'm going to jump on this podcast.
For sure. I think you brought up a good point because a lot of entrepreneurs out here they have a false impression on how this works. They feel like, hey, if I just run a $5 ad, I'm gonna get all these amazing results, and everything's gonna happen for me. But what entrepreneurs fail to realize, and I feel like what a lot of coaches fail to teach, is mindset, right? Because success is 90% mindset and about 10% tactics, right? So a lot of times these people will see these videos on YouTube and they'll be like, oh, it's going to be so easy for me to just $5 a day and I'm gonna get thousands of leads coming in, when in all actuality, what's gonna happen when they do that is, number one, it's not gonna work, more than likely. And then when struggle happens, how are you combating the struggle? If you don't have that foundational mindset set up the right way, you're going to continue to struggle. Like it reminds me of a story. This is real quick, but I used to play high school basketball when I was younger, and we had a really good team my senior year. And one of the earlier games in the season, we beat a team that we knew we were better than, right? We knew we were better than them. We had better skilled players than them. We beat this team. We go through the season. They go through the season. We end up both making the state playoffs. Now, when we made the state playoffs, we ended up losing in the second round of the playoffs. They ended up making it all the way to the state championship game, right?
Wow.
We had better skilled players than them, but we lacked the mindset, right? We lacked the knowledge upstairs. However, they didn't have as much skill as us, but mindset wise, they were there. So they were literally beating the brakes off of teams that we were struggling with at the end of the season, all because of mindset. So when it comes to creating your business, before you even start trying to figure out how to run Facebook ads, you have to have the mindset first. So inside of our coaching program, we focus a lot on mindset, number one, but number two, getting now into the ads. The way that we run ads, like with Facebook, the way that it's going right now, it's way less about the targeting, right? What we like to say is messaging is the new targeting. Right, because it's less about, oh, this person is interested in being a realtor, or this person's interested in homes in this area, or demographics, right? It's way less about that, and it's more about the messaging that you use when you run these Facebook ads. And when you have good messaging and when you have a good visual creative, that's when your ads can perform the best. And honestly, I definitely wouldn't advise any of y'all to be running ads at $5 a day. You can, but if you really want to maximize your results, you have to be kind of realistic about this and ratchet that thing up to $10, $15 a day to start with if you want to see the real results.
Yeah, and even if you're spending $15 a day is enough to get a lot of data, right? And so that's, I think, where it comes to the mindset part is big, right? But if you're trying to get better at Facebook ads and you're trying to learn, like, you need to be a part of some kind of a coaching program that somebody who already knows what to do. They've already done it a million times. Because what's going to happen is you're going to start running ads, and then all these numbers kind of start popping up in your account. And these numbers are literally like a language. And the language is telling you exactly what to do. It's like, hey, the reason why you're not getting results is because of this right here. So switch this. But like with any language, if you don't speak the language, then you have no idea what you're doing. And you're just throwing money away. And then that's when you get people who say, oh, I tried Facebook ads and they don't work. It's a scam, right?
That's exactly what happened to me. Like, there's a guy that used to do it, and he would like have a coaching program, and I got a hold of the coaching program, and I sat, like, literally everybody was out like having fun, enjoying themselves, and it'd be like Saturday and Sunday. I'd be out at night, like trying to like figure out how to type this ad and push it out. And this is before really like Instagram took off, because really Instagram's like kind of the biggest thing right now, in my opinion.
It's definitely big.
But I would push these ads out, and I maybe get some traction here and there, and then I'd be like, okay, and then I was just like you guys, like I was broke, like broke, right?
Yeah.
So like when you're broke, and you're like, okay, well, I'm gonna push out this $5 ad, and like I hope I, hit it so that I can pay my rent, you know, and then like it doesn't happen, and you get like John Doe at 99999. You're like, man, this is BS, and you like throw the whole thing in the garbage, right? And just that's really not the way to go about doing it. And I know there's a couple of different schools of thoughts, which is like, obviously go with you guys, learn the basics, learn to be more advanced, learn to get really good at it.
Yeah.
Or like spend a lot of money and have somebody else do it and check the box, which a lot of like corporate people do now, which is like, you're like Dawn, right? Like their detergent, they'll have a cool ad because somebody said to put the ad together, and then they pay the agency to run it. And then like, they're like, I'm done.
And that's
I
the
check
thing.
the box.
And that's the problem. Like, so if you look us up, we're not really for agencies like that. We were like kind of anti-agency, right?
Right. Which is really cool.
And the reason why is because we just know it's not a philosophy. At this point, we've trained thousands of people. And we've trained people that are in their 20s. We've trained people that are in their 60s who can barely turn a computer on. And by the end of our program, like they're running ads like a professional agency. So I know that this stuff is not hard to learn. The problem is the way that they're going about learning it, right? People learn by, they try to go off and watch a bunch of YouTube videos. And YouTube's great. Obviously, we love YouTube when you know what the problem is, right? But see, when business owners start running their ads and they start, doing their thing, well, now you're in the wild, wild west now, right? Like you have very specific things going on. And you can't just go to Google and type in like, why isn't my website converting? Or like, why aren't my ads working? Like nothing's going to pop up, right? So that's when you need a seasoned company or like a coach or whatever to come in and just point out the flaws and say, oh, it's because of this, switch this. And
yeah, I mean, I got a ton of data.
Yeah.
I had no idea. Like you telling me that, I was like, oh.
Yeah.
Like.
Oh, so much data. And data is like gold.
Right.
Data is the most valuable resource in the world, more than oil, more than anything. That's why like Facebook bought WhatsApp for $19 billion, right? Like why would Facebook do that?
Right.
They have the best developers in the world. They did that because WhatsApp had so much data that's really what Facebook's buying, right? And that's really the reason why we like Facebook ads the most, right? Because there's a lot of paid advertising channels, but Facebook ads to us is the best because purely just the amount of data that it has on its users. It has more than Google, TikTok, LinkedIn, like nothing even comes close to Facebook ads, bro. Like, and that's the reason why, like, and by the way, it's from a consumer standpoint, it's like very terrifying, right? I don't know like how much you know about what Facebook collects, but like obviously like they have the pixels and they track like your searches and what you're looking at, but they're also listening to your conversations.
Oh yeah.
Right? Like, so like literally, I don't know if you or your viewers have ever had the situation where you're like talking to somebody about something and then the next day, like ads are popping up from that thing all over the place. You're like, what is going on?
It's so funny. We were in Tampa last weekend and we were all sitting here talking about how our backs are hurting.
Yeah.
And, you know what I'm saying? Literally, I pick up my phone 5 minutes later and it's just back ads, like back pain ads, like
chiropractor, all this stuff. Yeah,
all of that, all of that. So, Facebook does a really good, and this is why we love Facebook. Facebook does a really good job at finding the right people to show your ad to. Mm-hmm. And it's better than Google, right? It's better than all TikTok. Some people are running TikTok ads. It's better than that because they have data pinpointed down to a science. So when we sit here and say, messaging is the new targeting, it's more, like for those of y'all listening right now, don't worry so much about your targeting. You have to pinpoint the messaging. You have to create really strong video creatives and ad copy in order for it to work. Because what Facebook does now is they use something called Advantage Plus targeting. And that's basically Facebook's way of making it very easy for people out there to do targeting. You don't have to do any targeting, right? So essentially what Facebook is going to do is they're going to deliver your ad based on what your ad copy says and your creative, and they're going to find the right people to service your ad to. And that's really the beauty, and that's why we have a lot of success stories with our students.
Yeah, I saw that you had like Crumble Cookie where you helped those guys out with their business. Like talk a little bit about that, which is I think pretty cool.
Yeah. So Crumble, actually one of our students owns about 6 Crumble Cookie franchises in the Northeast.
Wow.
Yeah.
Is he pretty successful with that?
Oh, yeah.
Really?
Yeah, very successful.
Wow.
Very successful. So one thing about Crumble Cookie is before we came in and trained this particular entrepreneur and their team, they had never run Facebook ads before. Like Crumble Cookie franchises, they don't run Facebook ads.
Wow.
Right? So when we came in, what we did is because this guy's a busy entrepreneur. He's busy. He owns several different successful businesses, doesn't really have time to tap into Facebook ads and have us teach him. But what we did was we trained his in-house marketing team, right? So we jumped on Zoom and we did a few sessions together. We trained them on the framework of Facebook ads, how to run Facebook ads the right way, all of the marketing principles and all of the steps needed in order to be successful. So what we did for them in particular was we focused specifically on their offer. right? A lot of times when people create offers, they fail to understand what the customer actually wants. They're thinking about it from their perspective, like, would I want this? But you have to think more from the market, right? You have to think about what they want. So what we did was we put together a really amazing giveaway, and we gave away free cookies for 1 year. Which when you hear that, it's like, what? Free cookies for a year? Y'all are giving away free cookies for a year?
Especially a Crumble Cookie, because it's like not even a cookie. It's like a
cake.
It's a full pie.
Literally, it's like a pastry, right?
You're right.
So the thing is, when you're trying to bring in specific people into your world and generate leads, you have to focus specifically on the offer. So free cookies for 1 year is a mouth-watering offer that when people see that, they're going to be like, yo, sign me up, right? Because people's data is the most valuable asset to them. So for someone to actually give you their real name, real phone number, real email, and not John at 99999, right? You're going to have to give away something of extreme value. So that's what we did, and ads is one thing, but we put together other components of marketing as well. Built out a really cool landing page, had a really good email marketing sequence as well, and in about, it wasn't too long at all, 2.5 weeks or so, we generated around 13,000 leads for their business.
Wow.
So now they have these leads that they can now market to anytime they have another promotional sale going on. Newsletter, all of that stuff. So what's happening now with that business is more people are coming in that were not coming in before, all due to having a lead generation strategy that actually works.
Dude, and that's really the gold right there, is lead generation. Right? We are big on like collecting leads, building your own list and owning your own data, because I don't know if people know this, but on Instagram, for instance, an average reach rate on your organic post is about 5%. So that means if you have 100 people following you, on average, only 5 of those people even see your post.
Wow.
So that's the reason why you feel like you're posting all the time and your business isn't growing. Yeah, because no one sees it.
Right.
Right? So that's the channel. So I always tell people the platform that you're advertising on matters a lot, right? So if you're only doing organic Instagram, you're only reaching 5% on average. But when you start to collect leads and you start to get your emails and your text game going, an email campaign, on average, an open rate for an email is about 20%, right? And that's an average email, right? We're seeing like 40 to 60% in ours, but like 20% is average. But you think about that. Okay, from promoting something on Instagram, 5%, promoting the same thing just through email, going to 20%, that's a 4x increase in your reach, literally just by changing the platform. So then if you want to get real crazy, you start doing text marketing.
Yeah.
And text marketing, bro, we're seeing like 98% open rates on our text messages. So think about that for a second. Okay, you got 100 people on your text list, 98 of them see the post. So the same content, same audience, just a different platform. And from Instagram to text messages, you're getting a 20x increase in people seeing your stuff just by changing the platform that you're promoting on, right? So plus all the other reasons why you should be collecting your like leads, because what if Instagram shuts you down?
Right.
Your audience disappears overnight, which happens a lot more than you would think, right? And then you got the TikTok stuff. TikTok almost went away. Yep. People were losing their minds.
Yeah.
Right? Did you see that?
Because they can't dance in their car and get people to like them.
And it's like, well,
that's a big realtor thing. You know that, right?
I've seen that,
car? Yeah, like they'll get in their car and they'll be like, I'm selling houses today at 123 Main Street. And everybody's like,
okay.
Yeah, they're doing the same thing. They're like, watching this person go crazy in their car and dance.
Yeah, yeah.
And it goes like semi-viral because they're all like, look at this crazy person dancing in the car.
And that's fine. And a lot of people get all high on the vantage. The vanity metrics, right? The likes and all that stuff. I don't know about you, but I can't pay my bills with likes. I can't feed my son comments for breakfast.
Right.
Right? Like, so at the end of the day, like likes don't pay bills, but a list does pay bills. So that's what we use Facebook ads for.
Yeah, my history was I would run a Facebook ad and then I'd like give away something. Like it'd be like a free, I think you guys know, like you're old school, right? Like you just give away like a free ebook or like you guys were in the music. So you'd be like give away like a free track or something, right?
Exactly.
And then you'd be like, okay, or like a free demo, CD or something. And then I would build up my list there. And then this was you know, I kind of learned it off somebody else. So like, it wasn't like I didn't have a coach or anything. I was just like, okay, well, everybody's doing these lists. Let me do it. So then I did the list, and then I would send like an email newsletter about like houses. And I'd be like, oh, like the new trend is, you know, bushes in the front yard and, you know, white posts, white column posts. And everybody would be like, okay. And they would open it. And like, I would just be like, this is really interesting.
I think that's
nurturing.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I was going to get at. That's a really good strategy, though. Well, after you collect these leads, what do you do with them? Right. If you're strictly just focused on Facebook ads and lead generation, but you don't have anything on the back end to actually nurture that audience, then you just have a big old list with money in it, but you don't know how to extract that money.
And speaking to lead magnets, because you were talking about that earlier, we've been doing lead generation for years, right? Can I give your audience a little tip?
Sure, absolutely.
So lead magnets are basically a way that you give something of value for free in exchange for people's information, right? That's the best way to grow a list. But how do I create a really good lead magnet? Well, we actually all have a built-in like detector that will tell us if we have a good lead magnet or not, right? And it's called our intuition. If the thing that you're giving away doesn't make you nervous, then it's not going to make them excited, right? So like literally think about the thing that you have right now that you're giving away. Is it one of those things that you're just like, what can I throw away, right? Well, then if you think it's a throwaway, everyone else is going to think it's a throwaway too. But if you give away something like free cookies for a year, like we did with Crumble, that's like literally like, if I was the business owner, I would be nervous to even give that. I'd be like, bro, can we even afford to do that? Like, that's what you need to be thinking. And if you feel that way, you have a good lead magnet, and it's going to convert so much better when you run ads to it.
That was the thing that I did, was like, I'd watch everybody else do leads and different funnels and stuff like that. And they'd be like giving away eBooks to, I don't know, whatever. So I was like, okay, well, I got to write an ebook. So then I spent like a couple weekends writing an ebook, which was, it's okay. I mean, it's like what, 15 pages of real estate stuff, right? And then you like, this is before AI, where I could just like probably just put it in and get it done in like 5 seconds, right? So then I put it together and I put a cool fancy cover on it. I was like giving away this free book, and like I gave away like maybe about 7 or so. And I thought, I was like, okay, cool. Like I think I'm onto something. And then I think exactly what you said, which was like, I wasn't really giving away much.
Yeah.
Like, you know, they could have Googled, you know, how to buy a home.
That's the thing, right? Like, so even PDFs and ebooks still work, as long as the content that you're giving inside of it is really valuable. Like we have something called a 7-step blueprint that teaches people how to launch ads, like their first ad, right? How to get everything set up the right way so they don't screw everything up. And I don't even know, tens of thousands of people have downloaded that thing. And it literally is broken down. Like we give links, you go through that, you're going to be set up to launch your first ad, right?
Yeah, but that's the key though, right there, is when you're setting up these lead magnets, it has to be valuable to the customer to the point where they're like, well, dang, if they gave this away for free, I could only imagine what their paid stuff is going to be like. And some people still sit on the sideline and don't take advantage of your offer yet. But that's when you start nurturing them through educational content and emails, creating a YouTube channel, giving away that, we call it community service, right? It's like you're giving away immense value that people should be paying for, but it's for free. And the more you do that, the more people will trust you, and then they will join your coaching program, buy real estate from you as opposed to the realtor down the road, you know, buy your product as opposed to the competition. It's because they like you and they trust you. And trust is the key when it comes to sales. If they don't trust you, they're not going to buy any of your products. They're not going to take advantage of any of your services. They're going to download that lead magnet and be like, man, I'm done with them. Unfollow. I'm done.
Yeah. And we are in a trust recession right now. People don't trust anyone right now. Like, you know, even especially with AI. I mean, even in the coaching industry, our industry gets so much bad press because there are a bunch of scammers out there. There's people like literally just scamming people and not giving them anything. So that's a big thing that we know people talk to us about. They're like, you know, are y'all like these other people? And that's why I just tell people, I don't like to talk about what we do. Just go look at our reviews. We have literally like hundreds and hundreds of 5-star reviews about people like literally. Not just like, these aren't testimonials. These are like people like writing novels, right? And usually you only see novels when they're bad reviews, right? These are like positive novels. You don't see that ever.
Positive novels.
Because like, you know, we really truly care about anyone who comes into our, you know, community as family, right? And we hold their hand through the whole process and we make sure that they get everything they need. And that's just
It's who we are, man.
It's who we are. Yeah, it's always been that way. So, but that's what you got to do. And at the end of the day, trust. We are in a trust recession, and at the end of the day, you need to be seen. Like, it doesn't matter if you have the best product, the best service. Like, none of that really matters because it's not the best who wins. It's the best known who wins.
Yeah, that's what I was like gonna kind of pivot off of. And I think the music thing was kind of like gonna go into it as well. Like, I've been doing a lot of DMing just because of the podcast. I've been doing a lot of different stuff that's personal, like actual personal touch, or like you were talking about the text opening. A lot of realtors will do a text video, and it'd be like, "Hey, Stephen, it's Chris Bentley with Bentley Fine Properties. Like, we have an appointment today at 2:00 at 123 Main. Looking forward to seeing you." I actually learned that from a guy that was teaching me that stuff. He used to sell used cars. And he'd be like, "Hey, Stephen, you're coming in to check out that Ford F-150. Looking forward to having you. Can't wait for you to get in that thing and test drive it down the road."
Yeah, I love it.
And then they'd be like,
"It makes a big difference.
Chris Bentley's my guy."
Yeah, yeah. That added touch, man. That added touch.
You can even do that with retargeting ads.
Really?
That's a strategy we do a lot. We call it a thank you campaign. So these are people who've already maybe booked a call with you, or they've already maybe even purchased a product. So what you do is you record like a really simple little like iPhone camera video. It's like, "Hey, like, I just want to say thank you so much for trusting us with XYZ, right? Like, you could have chose anybody else, but you chose us. And I just want to say from the bottom of my heart, I appreciate it so much. If you have any questions, comment below, message out. We're always here." And yeah, that's it, right? You do something like that. And what you do is you create a custom audience of anyone who's ever bought your stuff or booked a call, and you just run a really, really cheap campaign to those people. So now people are booking calls with you, and they're buying your stuff, and then they see these little retargeting like thank you videos. And the crazy part is there's no call to action on those videos, and those videos get higher return on ad spend than any other video that we even run, right?
It's personal.
It's personal, and it's like the law of reciprocity. People are just like, they just want to go and just buy more stuff. It's crazy.
We had a student, this was a few years back, we had a student who she was struggling a little bit with her brand, and she had these customers that had shopped with her, 3-4 months ago, and she had a decent sized list. So what I told her to do, I was like, "Yo, well, you have this list of customers that have bought from you before. For the next month, I want you to call every single one of those customers personally and tell them thank you for shopping with me, and as a token of my appreciation to you, take 20% off of your next purchase." She did that. The next month, I kid you not, she doubled her sales. The next month.
I think Andy Frisella, I think that's how he pronounces his last name. Andy, right? He talks a lot about that. Like, when he started, he didn't even really know much about any of this kind of stuff. And it's before, like, really the dawn of the internet. But he would he would sell product, and he would just sell product to people. And then people would come in and he'd be like, "Hey, I got this joint pain or whatever." And he'd be like, "Oh, I got this thing. Like, check it out. If you don't like it, it's cool. Just bring it back. Like, no big deal." But I think it'll really fix you up. And that's how he grew his business, by just being like a normal dude or like a normal person, just being like, "Hey."
That's the hack right there.
Yeah. So if you think about what Andy did, right? He was doing more hand-to-hand combat, word of mouth, doing all that
all
stuff.
day, every day at the store.
All day, every day. Yeah.
Right.
So everybody knew him based off of word of mouth, right? There's a lot of business owners similar to Andy who are reliant on just word of mouth, just referral based, right? So if you take that referral based business that you have that might be doing okay and couple that with Facebook ads, it's game over.
Because word of mouth is not a marketing strategy. Right. Let's be clear, right? Word of mouth is like the cherry on top. It's like, it's nice when it happens, but it shouldn't be your basis of all your marketing strategy, because the problem is when people's mouths stop working, your business stops working. Right? And that's a huge thing that we hear people all the time. They're relying on referrals. And then they wonder why they have these seasonal businesses and these roller coaster businesses that go up and down. Like,
That's a lot with like financial services. There's a lot with real estate agents, mortgage loan officers. They do the same thing. They're like, "Oh, well, I'll treat people to lunch, or I'll do these seminars or whatever." And then even the people that I hire, like, they will sell to everybody in their circle, in their sphere. And then they're like, I can't sell. There's nobody here that wants my services. And I'm like, well, that's because, like, exactly what you said, nobody's talking about you, or you're not expanding your reach. You're not meeting new people. You're not networking with them
Exactly.
either online or offline, whatever it is.
And you know, like when people start to think like that, they start to cry oversaturation.
Mm-hmm.
Like, oh, I'm in an oversaturated market. And I'm telling you guys right now, like oversaturation is a myth. It doesn't exist.
Right.
Period. Like, and I prove it to people by like literally go, like after this podcast, go and search your city's population, right? Even Dallas's population. I don't know what it is, but it's probably hundreds of thousands, maybe millions.
Right.
And what I tell people, I say, what if 1% of your city became a customer, right? So let's just do 500,000. 1% of that is what? 5,000? If 5,000 people came into your business, digitally or physically through your doors, would you be able to handle the business?
Yeah.
And most people can't.
Right.
So it's not that it's an oversaturated market. There's no such thing. It's just the fact that you're underexposed.
Mm-hmm.
People don't know who you are.
Right.
That's the problem.
Yep. 100%.
And then also, I was going to piggyback on the other thing, which I thought was really cool, was people will be like, I sold them at home, and then they'll find out that I did it, and they'll be like, oh, you know Chris Bentley? Like, I know Chris Bentley too. And I think that's really like the cherry on top. Cause
It
like,
is.
Because then it's like, hey, like we all know the same people.
Yes,
that's
man.
real cool.
Exactly.
Yes.
No, that's really powerful. And you know, with us even, right, when we were music artists, before like the internet really got popping, before Facebook got popping, we literally used to go to malls and like sell tickets hand to hand to shows, you know, and that reach that you're getting by just physically doing that, spending gas money, doing all of that just to sell 100 tickets, it's not worth it, right?
It's so hard.
But it's so hard, right? But what I tell people, especially like local-based businesses, local ads are the easiest, most successful ads to run. Because if you think about it, right? Think about your competition, like in your city. And this is for everybody listening right now. Think about your competition. The majority of your competition is not running Facebook ads locally. I can promise you that. Most people that are in your niche are not running local Facebook ads.
Yeah, and if they are, they're doing it the wrong way.
Exactly. So the thing that I tell local businesses to do is start running local ads and spend $10 a day, $15 a day for 1 month. It will literally turn you into a local celebrity. Reason being is because no one else inside of your niche is running ads. So if your city is like a 50-mile radius, 30-mile radius, those ads are going to just continue to be delivered to your local radius. Like, I kid you not. I went to the airport, my local airport, and I'm sitting here renting a car, and the guy's like, yo, I know you, man. I've seen your ads before. And I'm like, really? And he's like, yo, yeah, man, I'm trying to get rich from anywhere, man. It was so funny. I'm jogging I'm jogging on my street. And there's a guy servicing one of the houses, literally stops me and says, bro, like, you got to teach me some of them digital marketing strategies, man. I was like, yo, how'd you find out about us? He said, yo, I saw your ad. That's because we were running local ads doing local events. But I say all that to say that if you can allocate $10 to $15 a day on local Facebook ads, you will turn into a local celebrity, and people are going to definitely frequent your business.
Yeah, I ran into that. We had a guy that is a local realtor. I usually don't have realtors on the show because I'm a realtor, right? It's just weird.
Yeah.
But like he's a local realtor, and me and him were kind of chopping it up. And he's on YouTube a lot, and he's made his business off of YouTube. And he was like, "Yeah, I was walking my dog, like minding my own business, and somebody like honks a horn, rolls down the window, and goes, "Hey, like I saw your YouTube video, and you're the reason why I moved here from Croatia." And he was like, "Wow!" And he was like, dude, like I'm walking my dog. But the second thing is like, that's crazy.
That's crazy though.
Yeah.
And I think that's really the winning combination right there.
Yeah.
When you have an organic presence like on YouTube or something and you run ads,
yeah,
lights out.
Yeah, because he runs ads all the time. I see his stuff all the time. That's how I got to know him.
Anyone who's ever like running, they got an organic following like Instagram or YouTube or something, and they're not running ads, just know if that's you, like right now, you are literally sitting on a gold mine.
Yeah.
Like
crazy.
And you're going to shoot off like a lightning bolt because you have so much data that you're sitting on and you don't even know you have it.
Right.
Most people don't even know like the pixels and all this kind of stuff. But you know, there's a Facebook pixel that sits on your Instagram account. It was there right when you opened up your Instagram account. And this little pixel was sitting there looking at all the people who were viewing and watching and engaging and liking. It's been collecting all that data the whole entire time. and that data is just sitting in your account, and you're like wondering where the data is. You're like, where is it at? It's like you're sitting on it. Like,
wow.
like,
That's crazy.
yeah, it is. It's fun, man. It's fun watching people just go from 0 to 100 so quick, and they had like a complete different idea of what, you know, ads were and the power of them. I think Facebook ads are the most underrated tool to blow up a business on planet Earth.
I agree. If you're smart about it.
If you're smart about it.
Yeah, because like the way I was doing it, I was not smart about it. I would just be like, oh, this worked for so and so, or this kind of had this idea, like let's just push some money at it.
Yeah,
that's just not the way to do it.
Yeah.
Talk to me about the future of paid ads, because that's kind of what I was thinking about. Like, where's it gonna go?
Yeah.
Especially in this world of like AI. I've been looking at faceless YouTube videos, and like AI. It's all AI generated.
Yes.
And, you know, I'm very like interested in different things. I'm an entrepreneur, serial entrepreneur, so I look at stuff all the time.
For sure.
And I was just looking at it. It's like, it's crazy to me that people are watching like hour-long videos of like the death of Napoleon Bonaparte, and I'm just, or I probably screwed up his last name, but you know, talking about, like, and I'm sitting here like looking at this, like, man, people actually like.
I watch stuff like that. I love watching history stuff, like all the time. I nerd out on stuff.
And I'm
like
just
that.
like, wow, like people actually watch it. And I was looking today, YouTube is really like becoming mainstream TV. I mean, they have like Bloomberg on 24 hours a day. They have, you know, it used to be like you just go on there to listen to raindrops and you go to sleep, but now it's like it's completely way different, way different. It's like it's watching TV, honestly.
No, it is. It is. And you know, one thing before we jump into the future of Facebook, everything nowadays is AI driven, right?
Yeah.
Like everything. YouTube recently announced though that they are going to demonetize any channels that specifically use AI generated content that's not real. So
I love that too. By the way.
Yeah. They're putting more value into us, the creators, right? The true creators, right? Because just as a bird was born to fly and a fish was born to swim, human beings were born to create. And they're giving us that, they're allowing us to let our God-given right to create shine. Now, as far as Facebook goes, Facebook's going balls to the wall on AI. Like they're not playing at all. They're investing billions of dollars into AI. Zuck just bought this company called Play AI, I think it's called. We did a video on that, but yeah, it's a voice AI platform that Facebook just bought. I think they bought a video AI platform maybe a month or so ago as well. So they're going all in on AI. So the future of Meta coupled with AI, to me, it means that ads are going to become a lot more intuitive and a lot easier to create your creatives. If you go to Facebook now and you're trying to come up with visuals to use for your ads, Facebook has a section where you can go in, and as long as you have a mock-up of a picture you want to use, Facebook will create you 11 AI variations of that mock-up. Now, the issue
changes the backgrounds of your photos.
It's crazy. It's crazy. The issue with that, though, is if you try to do a mock-up of yourself, Facebook will try and generate mock-ups of you. I did it, actually, and it made me a white dude. It made me a white guy. I'm like, yo, that's not me.
That wasn't me.
Yeah, so it definitely has a ways to go, but like for product-based stuff, for Canva images and stuff like that, Facebook can create really cool mock-ups. So I think the future of Facebook ads is very AI-driven. It's going to help you with your ad copy. You're not going to need to do any targeting at all. But with that, means that there's going to be a lot more people that are going to be running Facebook ads, which if you don't stand out from the crowd, the cost of your ads is going to be a lot more expensive, number one. Number two, because everyone's running Facebook ads, you're going to have a really good back-end system that we like to talk about. We call it the Core 4. And it's basically the 4 elements that you need in order to truly master marketing holistically, right? Now, after you run your Facebook ads, you have to drive people into a particular landing page, right? So your landing page has to be optimized the right way. You have to know the right words to say.
So we could do too. We can give them like the Core 4. Like
go ahead, go ahead.
Really quick too, because I think this is really what's important moving forward. As you say, I agree 100%. Facebook, it's going to be easy to run ads. So it's less about learning how to run ads, and it's more about understanding what makes an ad successful, right? So we have the first thing is offer. You have to have a mouth-watering offer. It can't be mediocre. We live in a world of mediocrity, right? You have to, like, how can I make people just say why? Like, it's a no-brainer, right? So creating mouth-watering offers. And then the second element is creative. You have to get good at creating creative. And when I say creative, I mean videos, images, the copy that stops people from scrolling. Like, whoa, what is that? It has to do that, right? And once you figure out how to you have an amazing offer, and then you have an amazing creative that stops people in their tracks. Now they click on the link. Now it's the destination. That's the third part. The destination is the landing page or the website that you're driving people to. And that landing page has to be optimized based off of human psychology and behavioral science, like what makes people actually take action, right? And it's got to be designed the right way. And then they convert into a customer or a lead. And then on the fourth part is the system. You have to have some kind of a system that you're nurturing people. And it has to be automated, because if it's not automated, then you're just going to burn yourself out, and you're going to just be doing like all this. I love the strategy that you were talking about earlier, but it's also very hard to like do all of that all the time, right? Like creating custom videos and stuff. And I still think you can even do that, but still, like having email sequences, reminders leading up to your calls, and all these things, they have to be on point. Because if you don't do that, well, let's just say you're somebody who runs ads to book a call. Right? Well, if you can have an amazing offer, an amazing creative, an amazing landing page. But if you don't have a system that follows up and makes sure that they know about the call, you're going to have a terrible no-show, right? And then that's going to affect your overall return on ad spend.
Yeah. I think...
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah. I think the system is the key, right? Because there's a lot of marketers and there's a lot of entrepreneurs that have mastered their offer. They have an amazing offer. They have good content. They're getting people into the landing page, right? And that can make you some money. But as entrepreneurs, we don't want some money. We want all the money, right? In order to capture all the money, you need a system that is strictly focused on automation and AI strategies in order to amplify everything. Like literally, we have an AI chatbot right now. We just closed a $10K deal off of an AI agent chatbot.
Wow.
All because of the system. And this thing got the deal literally when we were in bed. Like we were sleeping and this thing's over here having a conversation.
We weren't in bed. Let's be clear.
No, we weren't in bed. Not together. No.
You guys were asleep. No, I get it.
Separate beds, separate homes.
Gotta clarify out here on the internet.
Yeah,
because the internet is undefeated.
It is. So like while we're sleeping, this AI agent is sitting here asking the right questions, getting them to book a call with us, and then in the morning we wake up, we have a call booked, and then we close the deal, right? But that's because we have not only the ads part, the content part, the landing page, but we also have a system on the back end that works even when we're not working. And that's where entrepreneurs need to get to so that they're not running around like a chicken with their head cut off all the time.
That's what I've experienced with like high ticket sales. Like you'll have like awesome content, you'll have a great offer or a great offer, awesome content, and then they'll get in. I'll book a call, I'll speak to them, and the call will go great. Yeah. And then I'll be like, hey, I gotta wait for my credit card to roll over, or like I'm waiting for this deal to close, and I got the money for you, and they'll be like, okay, cool, just like hit me up, and I'm like, okay. And then like the credit card rolls over, the money, the deal closes, and I'm like, I'm not really that much interested.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yep. That's how time kills the deal. That's what we
time kills
say.
The deal for sure, but it's also about, again, having that nurturing system.
Yeah, I mean, if they called me every week or something, or like, hey, how's the deal going? Or just being like a cool person. Hey, how's the deal going? Like,
or even just like do what we do. Like every single week we drop a YouTube video and we blast our list with a new value, new video. And so even just that is a touch point. It's saying, hey, we're here, right? And like at the end of the day, out of sight, out of mind. Yeah. And that's really the rule of the game, right? If people don't know, they don't see you, they just automatically think that you're not even in business anymore. They're like, are you still in business? And meanwhile, you're over here like, dude, I'm working so hard. What do you mean, right?
I think the system, like 100%, because you can go out and like, I can get with you guys, I can create a great offer and create a great like content. I can create a great landing page, funnel, whatever you want to do with it. And then like if I get 5,000 leads and I'm only one person, like there's just no way.
Yep.
And I think that's like one of the big problems that a lot of people just don't see is like, okay, well, like, and it's an entrepreneurial thing, like it's like, hey, we're going to create something. It's going to be awesome. People are going to love it. Yeah. And then you're like, oh, a lot of people love it.
Yeah.
Now what do I do?
Exactly.
Right? And you're like, are you ready to buy it? No. Okay. Well, I got 499 other people that want to buy it. Yeah, you ready to buy it?
Especially like the higher level business owners, it's really interesting because a lot of successful entrepreneurs still don't have their system set up properly. So a lot of times they're working in the business instead of like working on the higher level of the business simply because they haven't mastered that system. But once they master that system, here's what typically happens with like higher level entrepreneurs that we work with. Once the system is mastered and we get that down packed, now they can go out and create other businesses that they might have been looking at, or amplify this business that they currently have. But it like the system is an absolute game changer.
Yeah, that's what I've been struggling with. It's an ego thing, and you're like, hey, like I'm everybody else, starts a business unless they're like they've been successful at higher levels. They'll be like, okay, well, I'm going to start a business, whatever it is, and then all of a sudden now they're like, okay, well, now I got like a lot of business. Like, what do I do? Or, hey, maybe business is slow. Like, how do I create better content or whatever it is?
Right.
I think everybody kind of runs into that.
Always.
But like and now I'm like, okay, well, I'm getting older. I can't be in the trenches. I can't show 10 homes to 10 different people every Saturday and Sunday. I have 20 new people every single week, and I'm following up, and it starts to add up. You got 80 people out of the month. You do that 6 months. It starts to add up, and people are like, oh, like this is easy. You just go show some homes. And I'm like, no.
Because it's like what we're talking about at the end of the day is leverage.
Right.
We need to, as business owners, we need to start utilizing more leverage. And everything that we're really talking about right now is leverage. Facebook ads is leverage because you set the ad up once and then you let it run. Now it's running, getting you awareness, generating you awareness like when you're not even there. That's leverage. And then you're driving them into a landing page that converts when you're not there. Leverage. Automation, following up with people. A chat bot that is speaking and literally having full-blown conversations better than you could have.
Right.
By the way, because this is an old school Manny chat like type of stuff where it's like, oh, they have like these predetermined responses. It's not that. These chatbots are connected to a language model like ChatGPT.
Wow.
So literally it's having full-blown contextual conversations. Like someone says something, the chatbot runs that through a prompt and literally like responds to that question. So, and it can be in your tone. It can sound just like you. I think that's another big thing that a lot of people I talk to, they're like, they have a false belief of what a chatbot is. And they're like, well, I don't want to do that. It's going to sound spammy. I don't want it to, it's not going to sound like me. But you can train these AI chatbots to sound just like you.
Wow.
And they can be more witty than you, respond quicker than you. And ultimately, that's what your customers want. They want fast response. If they got to wait on you, the business owner, to get back to them in 3 days, bro, they already found somebody else.
Yeah.
Exactly.
So
it's all about speed. Like, for instance, last night we get into the Airbnb and the code doesn't work for the door. And so we're reading the message, and the message says, hey, if the code doesn't work for the door, reach out to us and we'll get right back to you. We message them. We're like, hey, the code doesn't work. We're out there waiting for 30 minutes trying to get into this place.
After traveling all day.
After traveling all day, getting into the airport, waiting there.
Stressed out.
Yeah, stressed out. I'm in my head. I didn't say this out loud, bro, but in my head, I was like, bruh,
we're about to get a hotel. And get my money back.
Imagine if they had an AI automated system that could respond with the proper answer at the proper time. You're going to be dealing with a lot more happy customers, and in most cases, it's going to help you to close the deal as well.
And rebooking.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Cool. Guys, if somebody wanted to get in touch with you, somebody like myself, a business owner, want to know more, where would they go?
Yeah, absolutely, man. You can go to our website, richfromanywhere.com. Like, we have a lot of different amazing things on there. We have courses. If you are a little bit more high level and you want like some more accelerated help, you can book a call with us and we can see if we can help you. Maybe we even put like a special link for you as well. Like, we'll drop like a discovery call link or something. People can book a call with us and it will be us, right? It won't be like some random person. Like, no, like we actually are still taking calls, and because we don't want to just work with anybody at this point. Like, we want to work with people that we know we can help, right? And we vet them out and we make sure that it's the right fit for both parties. So yeah, I'd say that's the best way, man.
Yep.
Awesome. Well, thank you guys for coming on the show, especially coming up from Florida.
Absolutely. Thank you for inviting us, man.
Cool, man. Absolutely. Thank you guys. That was cool.
All right.
I have a lot of questions.